NATO's engagement with Russia on counterterrorism, an analysis. In recent years, the threat of terrorism has become a prominent issue on the global stage. Despite their differences, NATO and Russia have recognized the gravity of this threat and have engaged in a cooperative effort to counter terrorism. Since the Cold War ended, NATO and Russia have had a complicated relationship. There have been moments of cooperation and moments of tension. However, in the wake of the 9/11 attacks and the rise of ISIS, NATO and Russia have found common ground in their shared fight against terrorism. One of the key areas of collaboration between NATO and Russia has been information sharing. Both sides have recognized that effective counterterrorism efforts require the timely exchange of intelligence and information. As such, NATO and Russia have established mechanisms for sharing information on terrorist activities and threats. Another area of cooperation between NATO and Russia has been the joint training of counterterrorism forces. NATO and Russian forces have taken part in joint exercises and simulations to better prepare for potential terrorist attacks. This cooperation has included the sharing of best practices and tactics for responding to terrorist threats. Furthermore, NATO and Russia have been working together to counter the financing of terrorism. Both sides have recognized that cutting off the funding of terrorist organizations is crucial to dismantling them. Consequently, NATO and Russia have established mechanisms for tracking and seizing assets belonging to terrorist organizations. Despite these areas of cooperation, tensions between NATO and Russia have persisted. NATO has been critical of Russia's actions in Ukraine and Syria, while Russia has accused NATO of encroaching on its borders. In addition, there are concerns that NATO's engagement with Russia on counterterrorism could lead to NATO compromising its principles and values. Moreover, the lack of trust between NATO and Russia has created challenges in establishing deeper and more extensive cooperation. Going forward, it will be important for NATO and Russia to continue working on counterterrorism, while addressing the underlying issues that have created tension between them. There is a need for dialogue and collaboration on a broad range of issues, including arms control, cybersecurity, and regional conflicts. Moreover, both sides must find ways to build trust and reduce the sense of mutual suspicion that currently exists. In conclusion, NATO's engagement with Russia on counterterrorism is a positive development in the fight against terrorism. While there are challenges and tensions that need to be addressed, the cooperation between NATO and Russia holds great promise for enhancing global security. As such, both sides must continue working together and find ways to deepen their collaboration. By doing so, they can make significant progress in the fight against terrorism and create a more stable and secure international environment.